met somewhere before. Hello, love. Hello, love. Oh, where in the world you been so long? I missed you so since you've been gone. Hello, love. Oh, hello, everybody, and welcome to a Prairie Home Companion. Coming to you live from the World Theater here in downtown St. Paul, presented every Saturday night at this time by Minnesota Public Radio and by this public radio station. Taj Mahal is with us tonight. Leroy Larson, the Minnesota Scandinavian Ensemble, to play some Norwegian dance music for 17. Mai, the 17th of May. Our regular cast is all on hand, and our special guests, Don and Phil Everly with Albert Lee playing the guitar. It's wonderful now, you're back with me. Things are like they used to be. Remember love, oh yes, remember love. Oh, you're back with me, my world's complete. Don't mind me if I repeat. Hello love, oh, hello love. Hello, love. Ah. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye. Hello, loneliness. Well, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye, sweet caress. Hello. Well, I feel like I could die. Bye-bye, my love, goodbye. There goes my baby with someone new. She sure looks happy, I sure am blue. She was my baby till he stepped in. Goodbye to romance, that might have been. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye, happiness. Hello, loneliness. Well, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye, sweet caress. Hello, emptiness. Well, I feel like I could die. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye. Bye, my love, goodbye. Thank you. Don and Phil Everly, Albert Lee on the guitar.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Song.
You do something else? Why don't we do Why Worry?
Lightning Express.
Why don't we do Why Worry, and
Okay,
we'll do that
Why
one
Worry?
first.
All right.
I see this world has made you sad. Some people can be bad, things they do and things they say. But baby, I'll wipe away those bitter tears. I'll chase away those restless fears that turn your blue skies into gray. Why worry? There should be laughter after pain. There There should be sunshine after rain. These things have always been the same. So why worry now? Why worry now? Get down, I turn to you, and you make sense of what I do. No, it isn't hard to say, but baby, just when this world seems mean and cold, our love comes shining red and gold. All the rest is by the way. Why worry? There should be laughter after pain. There should be sunshine after rain. These things have always been the same. So why worry? Why worry now?
What a beautiful song. John and Phil Everly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you so much.
We'll send out greetings to Linda from Bill on the 19th anniversary of their first kiss. 3 kids, a mortgage later, the magic is still there. We're glad to hear that. Happy 90th birthday to our favorite Norwegian grandma in Jefferson, Wisconsin, and to Jim from Claudia. I'm busy on my dissertation, but I don't want to forget to say how much I love you. Happy birthday to Glenn from Linda, who says, I'm glad you are getting older. You were way too young for me when I married you. Well, a lot of them out there, including Carol Lundberg. Carol Lundberg, here's a message to you from Noah. I've lost you after Alaska, so please call me collect in Pittsburgh. Happy 50th anniversary to Paul and Leona from your kids. You make it look so easy. And hello to Jim, Ann, and Jed. We're having a great time at your place at Indian Creek. And here's an important message to Mom in Grand Rapids from Joanne. Don't forget to pick me up at the airport when I visit next week. Happy sitting to my birthday to Moran in Milford, Connecticut from Mom, Dad, and her 3 brothers. You're listening to a Prairie Home Companion coming to you live from the World Theater here in downtown St. Paul. Radio production and distribution of our show made possible in part by a major grant from Cargill Incorporated, merchants and processors of agricultural products. Speaking of agricultural products, which I was there just barely seconds ago, I want to send out a message here from Farm Implement Liquidators, where you'll find acres and acres of implements to choose from at prices you won't believe. Why spend hours rototilling your garden when you can do it with 370 horsepower of runaway steel in less than 10 seconds. Count them. If you're worried about sore feet, blisters, or a dry mouth, check out a deluxe comfort cab featuring hot and cold running water, satellite TV, AM, FM cassette, cruise control, and a plush velour reclining seat. All yours for just $13.99 at Farm Implement Liquidators. Did I say $13.99? You bet your crabgrass I did. And if someone offers you a lower price, call the police. Theirs are stolen. Ours were bought at auction. Stop by Farm Implement Liquidators. The farmer's bad luck is your good luck. Ask to see the Commander rotary hoe. It humiliates, annihilates, and evacuates pesky weeds in seconds. With deadly accuracy, does the average home garden in 3.5 seconds. That was a little bit slow. I think you could do it faster now. Okay, there he goes. And it's yours for the low, low price of $13.99. Did I say $13.99? Yes, I did, and I'm not going to say it again. The first 10 customers will receive a cement stave storage silo as a handsome addition to their home or garden. Compliments of Farm Implement Liquidators. They want you to know that the biggest and best tools aren't just for the farmer anymore. And if you find a lower price, call the cops. Theirs were stolen. Ours were bought at auction. Farm Implement Liquidators. Kate McKenzie is here with us. It's fun to have the Everly Brothers with us on our show. This is a song that we wrote for them, which takes the tune of an old Everly Brothers hit that you may remember. Albert. Don and Phil, you're still a big deal. Heard you first on my automobile. I still drive and I still feel devoted to you. I was on a date long ago. Heard you sing on the car radio. We turned it up 'cause we were so devoted to you. You're back together, so I have heard, singing in harmony. If you should ever look for a third brother, I hope you will think of me. I remember parties when we sang your songs again and again. Forgot some words, but we have been devoted to you. If I was left on a desert isle with a phonograph in my domicile, had to choose one record to last a while, wouldn't it be Everly's? You were a spokesman making a pitch on TV for no matter which. I would buy the Brooklyn Bridge, promoted by you. If I went down on a deep sea dive in a submarine, I could still survive. If I could pick 145, wouldn't it be Everly's? Brothers, you can count on me. I will purchase your every LP. When you're old and gray, I'll be devoted to you. Thank you, Kate McKenzie. Thank you. The Everly Brothers with us today on our broadcast. Yes, once again, Scotty's Cough Syrup for Dogs presents another exciting adventure in the story of Buster the Show Dog. Scotty's, it acts fast to cure your dog's cough, croup, or sore throat. Scotty's, the only cough syrup your dog will ever need or want. When we left Buster and Father Finian and Timmy the sad rich teenage boy and Sheila the Christian jungle girl last week, Buster had just rejoined his friends, parachuting from the rocket into their speeding car in the middle of the desert. They stopped for a minute so that Father Finian could get out and go check on something.
I'm going to go see a man about a dog.
Shortly, he returned to the car.
Oh, thank goodness you're all right. We thought a giant condor had carried you away. We heard the flapping of wings.
No. That was only the wind, my dear.
There's no wind today.
Well, there was a brief gust, my dear, but never mind.
They made their way to the nearby town of Hope Springs, where Mr. Hickenlooper suddenly disappeared, and Father went off to beg money to get them home to St. Paul, leaving Sheila and Timmy and Buster there in a vacant lot.
Boy, Buster is sure feeling his oats this morning, aren't you, big dog? Wanna go fetch a golf ball? Huh? Okay, there it goes.
Tell me something, Sheila. Do you really think we're ever going to make it home to Minnesota?
Of course we are, Timmy.
No, we're not. You're just trying to reassure me. Grown-ups are so doggone dishonest all the time.
Oh, good boy, Buster. Here, fetch.
We're never going home, and you know it.
We're going to make it home. We've got 5 weeks to get back there in. We could almost walk and make it home in 5 weeks. Come on. Don't be so despondent. Cheer up.
I can't cheer up. I'm sad. I'm a sad teenager. I've been sad since I was 13, and I got 3 more years to go. Boy, it's rough.
Oh, good dog, Buster. One more? Okay, fetch.
Oh, I'm so tired and sad, I'd just like to lie down and sulk.
Meanwhile, a few blocks away, Father had borrowed bus fare from the local priest, Father Gideon.
Hell yeah, more than generous, Father, thank you. A 10 spot ought to see us home very nicely.
So you're from St. Paul, eh? I went through seminary in St. Paul.
Ah, that's lovely. So it's sort of your spiritual hometown, eh?
It was good for me, all right. Kind of like Egypt was for the children of Israel. If you're looking for the bus station, it's right up the street, next to the donut shop, across from the Waffle Arcade.
Father Finian found the others and led them to the bus depot, where they spent a couple hours playing pinball and video games, and then climbed on the eastbound bus and rode away toward the Sierra Club Mountains and the green prairie that lay beyond. And all of them were so exhausted they fell asleep in just a few minutes and dreamed that they were home in St. Paul. Father Finian dreamed that he was speaking at an awards banquet.
Thank you so very much for this great honor. I'm deeply...
And Timmy dreamed that he was 20 years old.
Hey, hello, Sheila. Remember me, Tim? Yeah, I've changed in many, many ways.
Buster dreamed that he was there downtown eating dinner at the Maison de Saint-Paul pour la Canine restaurant.
Would Monsieur Buster wish another plate of oysters? No? Some more prime ribs, then.
And Sheila, before she could start dreaming, woke up. It was hours later. It was night. The bus was rolling along through empty countryside, not many lights from farms. Some dark hills lay on the horizon. The moon was full, and in the moonlight Sheila could see that there were only 3 or 4 other people on the bus, including a couple of guys sitting behind her, playing a guitar.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I playing too loud?
No, it's really pretty. Play some more.
That's nothing. It's just a song my brother wrote. Oh, this is my brother Phil, and I'm Don.
Hi, my name is Sheila.
Nice to meet you. Hey, I really like your dog, Sheila. You know, I used to have a dog like him once. Boy, I missed that dog. He was so friendly. Well, you know how dogs are.
Mm-hmm. They really care about you when it seems like nobody else does, don't they? And if you're having a hard time, it doesn't change how they feel about you. when you just need someone to put your arms around, well, a dog is always there.
You know, that's how I feel.
Hey, come on, Don. Guys don't cry.
Oh, I'm crying my heart out right now. You want to see?
What's the matter?
Well, it's a long story. You see, we just got out of prison and...
Well, we were in this terrible prison for something we didn't do, and our mom came to visit us there.
But we didn't have any idea that she was so sick. She smiled the whole time we saw her. That was the sweetest gift, her smile.
Yes, she kept her heartache to herself. She never told me she was dying, and she never mentioned that my dog had run away.
Don's dog ran away and left him.
He ran away with my wife. They both left. And they took my pickup truck. Now we hear that our mother is dying. They don't expect her to last the night.
This is terrible. I can't believe it. It's like a nightmare.
That isn't all.
About an hour ago, we discovered that this is the bus to St. Paul. Centerville is west of Hope Springs.
But that's back that way.
Well, we know that now. I tell you, it's almost too much. Our mother is dying, and we're on the wrong bus, heading in the opposite direction.
What can I do?
You could listen to this song. I just wrote this. Okay. Please, Mr. Bus Driver, don't throw us off of this bus. Our mother is dying and we must get home before this night is through. She's dying alone in a town west of here, and we got on your bus heading east. We got to get home to kiss mother, but first, can we get a refund from you?
I hate to say it, but that's a terrible song.
It's awful, isn't it? It's a bad song. That's what I told him.
It needs some work. I just need to tighten it up just a little, that's all.
It's a bad song. Our life is falling to pieces before our very eyes, and we can't even write a good song about it. It's too much. To suffer like we have and then to be crummy artists on top of it.
I just need more time.
That's what you said an hour ago. I wanted to get off the bus and go back to Mom, and you said, no, wait. I got an idea, so I waited. For what?
The bus is stopping. Maybe we're in luck. What's wrong, driver?
It's a scenic stop, miss. Lover's Leap. It's the highest sheer cliff anywhere in Judeo-Christian tradition.
But it's dark. We can't see anything.
Doesn't matter. You can't see anything in daytime anyway. It's too far down. 11,000 feet straight down off the edge of the road there. We'll take a 10-minute rest stop, and then this bus turns around and goes back. All eastbound travelers wait here for the 3A bus.
Oh, you're in luck. This will take you back to your mom.
Watch your step while leaving the bus. It's pretty foggy out here. Be careful you don't...
What happened?
It's all foggy outside.
The driver, did you hear it?
The bus, it's moving. Hey.
It's tipping. Hang on.
The bus slowly tipped forward and then seemed to catch its balance and hang. And Sheila leaned way back in her seat, and the whole bus tipped back and balanced there, delicately, as if the slightest movement in any direction could send it falling down, way down in the dark, with the wind swirling around them, and the fog, and the bus teetering.
What a good rest. Where are we, Sheila?
Father, don't lean forward. Go to the back of the bus.
What?
Don't.
I'm just stretching.
Don't. Back of the bus. Get back of the bus. You too, Don, Phil. Go back.
Okay, but I just gotta reach up here for some paper. I think I could write a song about it. Where's my tablet?
No, back. Get back.
What is it, Sheila?
Tammy, don't lean forward. Go back.
The bus was balanced as delicately as a man on a tight wire that was 11,000 feet over the jagged rocks, far below them in the night.
Buster. Somebody grab Buster.
Where is he? Buster! Buster! Here, dog.
Oh, dear God, please. Oh, no. I dropped the golf ball. Buster!
That's all the time we have for today's adventures of Buster the Show Dog, brought to you by Scotty's Cough Syrup for Dogs. Fast-acting Scotty's cures your dog of coughs. Join us again next week for more adventures of Buster the Show Dog, if any. Gosh, it's just almost too exciting. Some weeks it's almost more than a person can stand. I can't wait until next week. The Everly brothers are here, Don and Phil. We were sitting down and talking yesterday about what songs we might do on the show, and I had an idea of doing songs that we had learned as kids. And then I discovered that they had a different childhood than I had. Those songs that you and I learned on the playground, like Great Green Gobs, the Gopher Garfield, Gopher Guts, and Glory, Glory, How Peculiar, and all those songs, these guys never learned because they were working when they were kids. They were in their family's act on the radio.
There wasn't much color for those, you know, in radio in those days.
No, I don't suppose. How early did you start working?
Well, I see, I was about 7 when I started, and Phil was about 6 or 7 when he joined the thing.
I was a late bloomer.
Yes. Was that down in Iowa, down Shenandoah?
Shenandoah, Iowa, on the radio stations down there. Dad was working in radio long before we even came along, though.
Mm-hmm. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, it was. Nobody knew we were doing it. I mean, it was at 5:30 in the morning before school, and so we'd go to school. Nobody had a clue that we were on radio. I mean.
Did you know this song, Old Shep?
Yeah, we used to do this one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Can I do it with you?
Yeah, I'd love that.
It's a beautiful song. Red Foley wrote this song.
When I was a lad and Old Shep was a pup, over hills and meadows we'd stray. Just a boy and his dog, we were so full of fun. We grew up together that way. I remember the time by the old swimming hole when I would have drowned beyond doubt. Ah, but Shep was right there to the rescue. He came. He jumped in and helped pull me out.
Oh, it's a sad song, but it's true.
The years rolled along, and Old Shep, he grew old. His eyesight was fast growing dim. Then one day the doctor looked at me and said, I can't do no more for him, Jim.
They called me Jim back then.
With a hand that was trembling, I picked up the gun. I aimed it at Shep's faithful head. But I just couldn't do it. I wanted to run. I wish that they'd shoot me instead.
Well, Phil and Don, I went to his side and I sat down on the ground, and he laid his old head on my knee. And I stroked the best pal that a guy ever found. I cried so I scarcely could see. Old Sheppy, he knew that he was going to go, 'cause he reached out and he licked at my hand. And he looked up at me just as if to say, we're parting, but I understand.
Now Old Shep is gone, where the good doggies go, and no more with Old Shep will I roam. But if dogs have a heaven, there's one thing I know. Old Shep has a wonderful home.
It's hard to think of singing that song at 5:30 in the morning, isn't it? Don and Phil Everly used to sing on the radio early in the morning down Shenandoah, Iowa with their mom and dad, Margaret and Ike Everly, the Everly family. Yeah. You did Mother and Daddy songs, I suppose, being two little boys. You must have been so cute.
It's
Still are.
Yeah, we did. No, we did songs about Dad and Mom.
Yeah. And about little children.
Yeah.
Little children lost, sick, tragic, sad songs.
Yeah, those tearjerkers, Dad called them.
Yeah. Let's sing this one for our daddies out there.
In a vine-covered shack in the mountains, bravely fighting the battle of time, is a dear one who's withered life's sorrows. It's that silver-haired daddy of mine. If I could recall all the heartaches, dear old daddy, I caused you to bear. If I could erase those lines on your face and bring back the gold to your hair, if God would grant me the power just to turn back the pages of time, I'd give all I own if I could but atone to that silver-haired daddy of mine. I know it's too late, dear old daddy, to repay for the sorrow and care, though dear mother is waiting in heaven just to comfort and solace you there. If I could recall all the heartaches, dear old daddy, I caused you to bear. If I could erase those lines on your face and bring back the gold to your hair, if God would but grant me the power just to turn back the pages of time, I'd give all I own if I could but atone to that silver-haired daddy of mine.
Do this old rockin' chair song here too.
Sitting alone in an old rocking chair, I saw an old mother with silvery hair. She seemed so neglected by those who should care, rocking alone in an old rocking chair. Her hands were all calloused, wrinkled and old. A life of hard work was a story they told. And I thought of angels as I saw her there, rocking alone in an old rocking chair. Bless her dear heart, do you think she'd complain? Though life has been bitter, she'd live it again. She'd carry that cross that is more than her share, rocking alone in an old rocking chair. Now I know some kids in an orphan's home who'd think it was heaven if she were their own. They'd never be willing to let her sit there, rocking alone in an old rocking chair. It wouldn't take much to gladden her heart just some small remembrance on somebody's part. A letter would brighten her empty life there, rocking alone in an old rocking chair. I look at her and I think what a shame. The ones who forgot her, she loves just the same. And I see the angels when I see her there, rocking alone in an old rocking chair.
Don and Phil Everly. We're so glad they're with us today. Don and Phil Everly. We're going to do a couple songs here that I want to send out to a friend down Tennessee, aren't we?
Yes, Boudleaux.
Send this down
Bryant.
to
Boudleaux, he's the
Boudleaux and Felice.
main man that wrote all the great songs for us, and we love you, Boudleaux.
Dream, 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 dream. Dream, 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 when I want you in my arms, when I want you, and all your charms whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream, 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 when I feel blue in the night and I need you to hold me tight whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine, anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. I need you so that I could die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream, 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 dream. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. We've both been sound asleep. Wake up, little Susie, and we. The movie's over, it's 4 o'clock and we're in trouble deep. Wake up, little Susie, wake up, little Susie. Well, what we gonna tell your mama? What we gonna tell your papa? What we gonna tell our friends when they say, ooh la la, wake up, little Susie, wake up, little Susie, wake up, little Susie.
Don and Phil Everly, Albert Lee at the piano. I'll be back to do some more for us on the second half. Taj Mahal is with us too, and more music for 17. Mai, Norwegian Independence Day. We're going to pause now and take just a very brief intermission, give our friends here in the theater a chance to stand up and collect their thoughts and remind themselves that they're not 14 anymore. They're in their mid-40s, just like I am. You're listening to a Prairie Home Companion coming to you live from the World Theater in downtown St. Paul.
The Disney Channel presentation of A Prairie Home Companion with Garrison Keillor will continue in a moment with more music, letters, and the latest news from Lake Wobegon.
Welcome back now to the second half of our live broadcast of A Prairie Home Companion. Rich Dworsky at the piano today. Today we're celebrating 7 Mai, Norwegian Independence Day, which is going on in downtown over in Minneapolis. Norwegians are dancing tonight at the Shrine Temple. Here's a little poem. 17 lines for 7 Mai, the 17th of May. Kind of a little Norwegian sonnet. For 400 years, the Danes ruled the Norse, then they took the wrong side in the Napoleonic Wars. The Danes backed the French, so the English made them pay and gave Norway independence on the 17th of May. But the Swedes were mad because they lost the Finns, so in marched Karl, the Swedish crown prince, and he beat the Norse, and he forced them to unite with Sweden, though Norwegians knew it just wasn't right to look up and see a Swedish flag overhead. And the flag was blue, but the Norse saw red, and in 1905 declared the freedom under law. Said the Norse, you want to fight? Said the Swedes, nah. Now the Swedes and the Finns and the Danes and the Norse are the best of friends and at peace, of course, and it looks like they will be for a long time yet, which just goes to show something I forget, but here's to Norway, yeah, you bet. Taj Mahal is with us on this half hour, who's going over to Europe to start a tour of 39 dates. Next week starting. Going to take this instrument along with him, I hope. This is the kalimba. Piano.
This next song is quite a bit different than that song. It's dedicated to all the ladies. Now this is gonna be great news for a second. We're waiting for the D-Day. D-Day, you know? D-Day is D-Day you leave D-House with D-bathing suit for D-Beach. Tell me big leg mamas are back in style again. They tell me big legged woman are back in style again. Partner, you ain't had no love until you've been loved by one of them. They'll roll you, they won't score you, won't try their best to control you. But big leg mamas are back in style again. Tell me big leg mamas are back in style again. You ain't had no love until you've been loved by one of them. They'll rock you, shock you, man, they'll rock you. Well, the big leg mamas are back in style again. They tell me big leg women are back in style again. No love until you've been loved by one of them. Now you ought to see this woman once you fill the coffee cup. She got a love and she's been saving it up. She's a big leg woman now and she's back in style again. Big leg mamas are back in style again. Ain't had no love until you know. Mama, Papa told me, son, you better get there quick. You know this woman's so good, she gonna get your business fixed. Big leg mamas are back in style again. Ooh, oh, big leg mamas are back in style again. Ain't had no love until you've been loved by one of them. Son, won't you do me, baby, like my big leg mama done? Big leg mamas are back in style again. Tell me that big leg mamas are back in style again. And you ain't had no love until you been loved by one of them. She won't do this and she will not do that, but she put out the dog and sure enough put out the cat. Big leg mamas are back in style again. They tell me big leg women are back in style again. Ain't had no love until you've been loved by one of them. Thank you. Now that's from my mother's half of my heritage. My father's half of the heritage is from down in the Caribbean, from the islands of St. Kitts and Nevis. And over the years as I was growing up, I became very familiar with lots of accents and cousins. I have always said, my father always told us that we had cousins from Toronto to Brazil. It's a lot of we don't know all of them. People in Panama and Jamaica and Trinidad and Belize and Barbados, all these different places, Venezuela. This is a song from down in Jamaica. called Johnny Too Bad. Walking down the road with a pistol in your waist, Johnny, you're too bad. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Walking down the road with a ratchet in your waist, Johnny, you're too bad. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hi, you're robbing eyes, stopping eyes, looting eyes, shooting boy, you're too bad. Now you stopping eyes, looting eyes, shooting boy, you're too bad. One of these days when you hear a voice say, come, tell me where you're going to run to. Whoa, whoa, whoa. One of these days when you hear a voice say, come, tell me where you're going to run to. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I run to the rock for rescue, there will be no rock. To the rock for rescue, there will be no rock. Strutting up from Shantytown with a pistol in your waist. Oh, Johnny, you're too bad. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Strutting up from Shantytown with a ratchet in your waist. Johnny, you're too bad. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're robbing and stopping and looting and you're shooting, boy, you're too bad. Yeah, you're stopping and you're looting and you're shooting, boy, you're too bad. One of these days when you hear a voice say, come, tell me where you're gonna run to. Whoa, whoa. One of these days when you hear a voice say, come, tell me where you're gonna run to. Whoa, whoa. I run to the rock for rescue, there will be no rock. Run to the rock for rescue, there will be no rock. Walking down the road with a pistol in your waist, Johnny, you're too bad. Whoa, whoa. Walking down the road with a pistol in your waist, Johnny, you're too bad. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I you're robbing, now you're stopping, now you're looting, now you're shooting, boy, you're too bad. Now you're stopping, now you're looting, now you're shooting, boy, you're too bad. Now you're stopping, now you're looting, now you're shooting, boy, you're too bad. Now you're stopping, now you're looting, now you're shooting, boy, you're too bad. A yellow man do the ears in their spaces. A Tayan do Shelley and a Jesus. Sunday with the prizes and surprises. Nicodemus with connection at the bones. Brigadier with the skate land skate says.
Thank you.
Thank you, Taj.
Thank you.
Thank you, Taj Mahal. Well, it's been a quiet week in my hometown of Lake Wobegon, Minnesota. It's been warm and sunny up there. All the gardens are in. Last night was the junior-senior prom at the high school, and it was also the last event in the Lutheran Lyceum series of programs up at Lake Wobegon Lutheran Church, that program of concerts and whatnot that they put up there, because the attendance was so poor, you know, at midweek services, prayer and Bible reading, nobody went, so they did this series of 4 things. They had the Lundins and the Performing Gospel Birds last fall, and they had the 5 fabulous tumbling pastors. Lutheran ministers, but agile and slim and muscular and doing incredible feats of gymnastics there in the sanctuary. They had little Wally Holmberg, the world's tiniest evangelist, who stands on the pulpit. He's about 18 inches high, according to people who went. And last night was the last in the series of programs. It was a Lutheran flamenco concert called Pasionara de lo Norteño, the Passions of the North. Though they come from Spain, it comes from a Lutheran church in Madrid, Spain, a suburb of Madrid. Monte Olivetta Lutheran Church, Mount Olivet Lutheran. It was great, I guess. I wasn't there, but it was fantastic. It's a Lutheran church that traces its origins back to the 17th century and a ship that was on its way from Norway to England, and it got blown off course, and it landed on the coast of Spain. And these Norwegians were taken in by wonderful Spanish people, and they were fed this rice in tomato sauce with green peppers and little bits of hamburger, Spanish rice, and taken in and taught different things, and in exchange for the rice and the good time, the Norwegians gave them the epistle to the Romans. And they became Lutheran as a result of it. Spanish, but Lutheran. So they were up at the Lutheran church last night, was what I was told. I guess that they were there. I didn't go there, but I heard that it was fantastic. Guitarists and people playing the castanets, and the maracas, but singing Lutheran songs. El grande casa es de nuestros Dios. Chung 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 chung. And dancing and stuff, and passionate, slim-hipped young men with long black hair throwing in smoldering looks, and olive-skinned beauties in red and black, and dancing on high heels. And yet Lutheran. It's a miracle. Passionate and fiery and running the gamut of emotions from the heights of ecstasy to the depths of despair, and then all the way back again. And yet Lutheran. Well, I wish I'd gone. I wish I'd gone. Nobody I talked to was able to go either. Darrell and Marilyn Tallerud were going to go, but he was so tired because he had been working on laying concrete for the pig barn, and he just sacked out on the couch and slept. Kids all around, running all around, and their boy Eric, who's a senior in high school, was going to the senior prom last night, and he was getting his white tuxedo on, and there's a lot of traffic in the living room, but poor Darrell, he's 44 years old. He's that's old enough. You listen to Everly Brothers songs once in a while, then you get in the mood, you think you can go out and pour concrete, and then you find that you can't. He was tired. Eric was in a state because he was getting sweat stains all over his white tuxedo, and his girlfriend Rita was coming to pick him up, and Marilyn had to clean off his tuxedo. He was nervous because he and his singing group were going to sing at the prom last night, Eric and the Shadows, sing some songs. She said, honey, if you're so scared and nervous, just tell him you can't do it. And he said, but we had to campaign for weeks to get the chance to do it. We had to pass around petitions to have us sing at the prom, and now to back out now. His girlfriend came, Rita. She looked so beautiful in her powder blue satin dress. Marilyn took flash pictures of him right there in the living room, and Darrell slept through it all. Flash pictures went pow, 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 and the kids running around, and they went off. Marilyn was exhausted because she had to help pouring concrete. And then she had to make this big dinner for everybody, too, this big noon dinner, because all the Norwegian bachelors had come out for this barn raising. They didn't help at all, but how could you tell them that? So they sat down and ate. Marilyn was exhausted, so they did not go see La Pasionara de la Norteño last night at the Lutheran Church. Clarence Bunsen was going to go, and he and Arlene had tickets, and they were all set to leave the house last night. And then his cousin Harold dropped in, who is one of the world's slow talkers. And he and Clarence stood around on the front steps for about 45 minutes, sort of slowly shifting from one foot to the other, and saying, well, it's been a long time. Yes, sir. Yep. Been about 3 years, hasn't it? Yeah, been that long. The sun went down, and they yeah, that was when Sadie died, I think, wasn't it, that year? I think that was the last time I seen you. Yeah, but she died in 1971. Oh, it's been 17 years since I haven't seen her. Thought it was only 3. Bud and Eloise were going to go up and see the flamenco show at the church, but he had to go take care of the gym at the school for the prom. They had the watering tank out there to make a fountain for the Nights in the Gardens of Spain motif. And it was leaking, but more than that, the sprinkler that they set up to make this into a fountain was working fine as long as the pressure was low. But when the toilets in the boys' lavatory were all filled up again and the water pressure came back, the water shot all over the gymnasium. So Bud had to go down there and work on that. And he wasn't able to go. The Tollefsons were going to go, and then he dropped an extension ladder on her while they were putting up screens. And it hit her, it glanced off her shoulder. And she felt dizzy and nauseous, and she went to bed and had a cold compress on her head and said, You go on without me. It'll be fun. You'll enjoy yourself. I'll just stay here. I'll be all right. I'll just stay here and have some quiet time with the Lord. So he stayed. Worked in the garden. But I guess it was a great show up there. A great show. La Pasionara de la Norteño. I wish I'd seen it. To think of it. Flamenco dancing up there. Women in those sharp high heels. Chung, 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 chung. Hi! And to be Christians too, you know. It was lovely last night in town, though. It was so beautiful. You didn't have to go see the flamenco dancing to fall in love with this town. A small town in the Midwest on a summer night. Just to walk around town. Cool after the sun had gone down, and a little breeze coming across the yards. As you walk down the sidewalk and hear the breeze whispering in the bushes, and a few water sprinklers whispering in the yards as you walk along. And you smell flowers, and you smell new mown grass, some lights on in bedrooms upstairs, and a cat sitting in a bedroom window, and some porch lights on, lighting up the whole front of the house like they were monuments. As you walk along A few porch lights on here and there and over there, as if they're waiting for somebody, as if they're waiting for you. And music drifting out on this summer night from radios and people talking in low voices in porches. It's so beautiful. It's so majestic. The only love song I can think of that expresses that small town on a summer night is that old Christian love song, "Blessed be the tie that binds our hearts in Christian love, the fellowship of kindred minds is like to that above." And I do imagine it will be like that above in heaven. There'll be water sprinklers and music coming from radios, and there'll be cats lying out on a cool sidewalk. You walk by a cat, its tail flicking back and forth. You walk on, and you get a little smell of lilacs, and you walk on in the dark, and you walk through a fine mist that's coming up from a leak in a garden hose. Just walk through it like through somebody else's dream. Before our Father's throne, we pour our mutual prayers, our hopes and fears and aims are one, our comforts and our cares. This is our comfort, these gardens, these houses, and these voices that are talking quietly in the evening. This is our comfort. These people together in this town. We have nothing to fear. This is a life that will hold us up. We can cast ourselves onto it, and it will catch us, and it will bear us up, and we will not be defeated. These gardens, and these houses, and these voices, walking through this like an oil painting, small town summer night. This is permanent. This is what we live for. It's what you see walking down this sidewalk. Who could be afraid? Who could be unhappy? Well, a lot of people. This boy in the white tuxedo walking up from school, who's supposed to sing with his group, Eric and the Shadows, are supposed to sing at the prom tonight. And they never got together very much for rehearsal this last week. And some of the songs they know well, and a couple of them are kind of rough. And they're rehearsing them down in the boys' locker room, and they're supposed to go up and sing to their friends dressed in white tuxedos, sing at 11 o'clock. And they got you, all I really want is you, you can make my dreams come true, if you only love me do. They got that one, it's easy. And darling, you can count on me till the sun dries up the sea. They've got that, all perfect in quartet harmonies. It's this other one that they can't quite get. And Dean says to Eric, how come we didn't get together for rehearsal? I would have come if you'd called me. We did call you, said Doug. We called you. And you weren't at home. We couldn't chase you down to find you to rehearse this. We can't do this. We're going to forget the lyrics to this song. And so Eric went for a walk up in the dark because he's so scared, trying to remember the lyrics to this song that they're supposed to do in front of everybody. And it's a song that starts, in a little Spanish town, I walk around and look for you. My love, the stars above shine down and seem to say, she's gone away. I don't know where, oh, don't you care for me in my reverie? I love you, I love you, I love you, let me say it once again. In a little Spanish town, our hacienda home, I love you alone. It's not an easy song to learn. Walking down the street, this kid in the white tuxedo, afraid that this is the worst thing that's going to happen to him, is just about to happen to him. He and his friends are going to stand up in front of this audience, and they're going to forget the words, and they're going to be fools. And he can just imagine that audience on the floor of the gym, all standing around the fountain and looking up with sneering looks on their faces and saying, I could sing better than that. But he ought to see that audience. He ought to look at that audience. This is an audience of people who care about you. You could throw yourself off the edge of the stage and that audience would catch you. You could forget every word to that song and just hum. And if at the end of the song you would just hum, so they'd know it was the end of the song, they'd give you a standing ovation. This audience loves you. They hold their breath when you walk out there because you are theirs, and they want you to be good for them. This audience will hold you. This audience will not let you down. You can cast yourself on this audience, and you will survive. How is it that you walk in the dark and one person is in love and the other person is afraid? He was a little boy when his dad started building that pig barn. He was 8 years old. It's been a long time. They're slow builders at the Tolleroods. Price of pork goes down and they stop building. So there's more years they don't build than when they do. He was a little boy when they were last working on that pig barn. And he was sitting there with the Norwegian bachelor farmers who were about as old then as they are now. And they were sitting there on the rock pile, sort of mumbling about the troubles of the world. And he said something to Mr. Rippey about those pigs being big. And Mr. Rippey said, yeah, those are pretty big pigs for regular pigs. Those are big, of course, they're pigs bigger than that, but I probably shouldn't tell you about it. Your mom and dad might get mad if I told you about it, but there was this guy, Anderson was his name. He had about 40 pigs, about this big, and then they got loose one day, and he followed them down in the creek bed, and down into some rocks. They all went down that way. He was amazed. He followed them down over the rocks, and he saw they'd all gone into a cave, a hole there. He could hear them inside. So Mr. Anderson, he got down, he put his shoulders inside the cave, and he found he could wiggle inside in there. It was all dark, but he looked in his pocket, and he had 3 matches. He walked in a little ways, and the ceiling got high. It was a big room in there. This was just down below town. And he could hear those pigs on ahead, and he lit a match, and he saw them. There were his pigs, but there were some bigger ones towards the back. And he walked on back farther, and there was another tunnel, and then there was a bigger room. And he lit another match, and there were pigs back in there as big as horses under the ground. You see, the walls of this cave are covered with mushrooms. These pigs got big on these mushrooms. And he walked back farther in, and there was another tunnel. And then there was a room that went way up high. And he lit another match, and he looked down, and it looked like a rock. But he reached for it, and it moved. It was the toenail of a pig. And the little boy said, "Down underneath this town?" "Yeah," he said, "they're down there." "Do you ever see cracks in your basement? That's where the pigs are digging up from underneath." "Your dad ever go down in the basement, jump up and down and yell and swear?" "He's trying to scare the pigs away when he does it." "They come up when they smell bacon frying up above." Those pigs are good diggers with those tusks of theirs. And they come up. "And does it smell kind of funny in your basement?" "That's pig breath. That means they're coming close." He's believed that all his life. The pigs down there, just under the ground, just about to come up. But it's not true. Those pigs that are down there, they tunneled in the opposite direction. They went the other way. This town is safe. These lawns are secure. You could throw yourself down on these lawns at night, and they would hold you up, and you would not fall through. That's the news from Lake Wobegon. Where all the women are strong, all the men are good looking, and all the children are above average. See, I didn't even mention 7th of Mai up at the Sons of Canute Lodge. Big dance up there starts tonight and runs into the early hours tomorrow. Leroy Larson, you going to go up and play at the Sons of Canute Lodge?
Yeah, we are.
Maybe later tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. The Beals are going to come out. Galen and Daniel Beal going to come out and dance here for you.
Here's a Rhinelander.
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bruce and Todd. Thank you.
A Rhinelander there, Leroy Larson, the Minnesota Scandinavian Ensemble, Daniel and Galen Beal, working up a sweat, dancing today. Beautiful. The Everly Brothers with us on the show today. I wish I'd met you sooner. Boy, I would have liked to have sung a whole bunch of songs with you. Should we do one more? Do a little gospel song here? This is a little invitational hymn. Softly and tenderly, Don and Phil Everly and Kate McKenzie here. Albert Lee on the guitar.
Softly and tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling for you and for me. See on the portals, he's waiting and watching come home. Ye who are weary, come home. Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling, oh sinner, come home. Why should we tarry when Jesus is pleading, pleading for you and for me? Why should we linger and heed not his mercies, mercies for you and for me? Come home, come home. You are weary, come home. Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling, oh sinner, come home. Oh, for the wonderful love he has promised, promised for you and for me. Though we have sinned, he has mercy and pardon, pardoned for you and for me. Come home, come home. You are weary, come home. Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling, oh sinner, come home.
What a pleasure to sing with you. We want to thank everybody for being with us tonight on the show. Mr. Taj Mahal. I want to send out a hello to his wife Inshira, who just had their 6th child, Taj's anyway, the other day. Thanks to Don and Phil Everly for being with us, who are heading out. You're going out west and put together a new record album.
New record album, yes. It was a pleasure being here, Garrison. It really was. It's our
Real
pleasure.
honor. It was great to have you. Thanks to Rich Dworsky at the piano, Bruce Kalin, Mr. Albert Lee here on the guitar, Kate McKenzie, Dan Rolls, and Mr. Tom Keith. The Prairie Home Companion was written by Manual Transmission and produced by Margaret Moose. Our associate producers, Helen Edinger and Rosalie Miller. Stage manager, Steve Keln. Technical direction by Scott Rivard, with Preston Smith, Ernie Retzel, Brian Killian, Bill Nicholson, Michael Pugh, and Ray Markland. And thanks to Kate Gustafson and Eileen Zittal. Can we all sing on this song?
Yeah.
Okay,
Ready?
we will.
Bye-bye love, bye-bye happiness. Hello loneliness, well I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye love, bye-bye sweet caress. Hello emptiness, well I feel like I could die. Bye-bye my love, goodbye. There goes my baby with someone new. She sure looks happy, oh, sure ever knew. She was my baby, till he stepped in. Goodbye to romance, that might have been. Bye-bye love, bye-bye happiness. Hello loneliness, well I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye, my love, goodbye. I'm through with romance. I'm through with love. I'm through with counting.
No.
I'm through. The stars above.
Really?
And here's the reason. Everybody say. And I'm so free.
I'm so free.
I love it, baby. It's true with me, but we can all handle it now. It's so much better. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye, happiness. Hello, loneliness. Well, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye, sweet caress. Hello, emptiness. Well, I feel like I could die. Bye-bye, my love, goodbye. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye, sweet caress. Hello, emptiness. Well, I feel like I could die. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye, sweet caress. Hello, emptiness. Well, I feel like I could die. Bye-bye, my love.
Hey, Taj Mahal, play it here.
Bye-bye, my love.